very nice to be here. Yeah. It's always nice to be in a Hondo and just soak in the atmosphere. Wonderful, wonderful. You know, I was packing up a little bit yesterday to come here, and I have a lot of stuffed animal puppets that have given, they all have given Dharma school talks, and they're all lined up on a shelf. And I was packing up some things, getting ready for this trip, and I heard a voice behind me, and it said, take me, take me. And I looked around, and it was this puppet right here that I have. I had to bring him because he wanted to come to meet you. Okay, I'm going to show you him right here now. I don't know if you could recognize him. He's got a tail. See? He likes Dharma school children. Yeah. He said, hi. Okay. This is Mr. Beaver. Okay. You see his tail. Okay, don't show off. Now, I call him my Bodhisattva Beaver because I learned a good lesson from him. And I'm going to tell you a true story. Okay. Mr. Beaver, hey, behave yourself. Now, when we were still living in Illinois, many morning, I would go to the lake. Okay, we live pretty close to Lake Michigan, and walk on the lakefront path. Same pathway, see the sunrise. And Northwestern University campus is right there. And they have a small lagoon, and you come over a little small bridge, and there was a beaver home, not in the middle of the lagoon, but against the bank. Okay, all the sticks piled up, and every morning I walk and I look there just to see if I could see a beaver, but I never did, because it's only about 15-second window when I just happen to walk by it. And then I'm on my way. Okay. And so it just so happened, though, one morning I was walking by and I saw a beaver. See, they got the home and the entrances underneath in the middle. And he came out and he was swimming under the water, about a foot under the water. I could see him swimming out. Then he went a little deeper, and then I said, oh. And then I saw him go back, and he went back into his house. And then I saw about 3-4 golden nuggets come floating up. I said, oh, well, Mr. Beaver, right away I got a teaching from this. See, this early morning, he had to do his business. So he doesn't do it where he lives. He goes out and does it. See, animals are smart, you know. Like, you know, dogs, they use a training technique to housebreak them. They put them into the cage, okay, because they won't go where they're going to sleep, you know. So I thought, yeah, Mr. Beaver, Bodhisattva Beaver, nice lesson. Don't poop in your own house. And to me, it meant, pooping meant stinking up your house with wrong speech. Okay? And so we just read the golden chain. It said, I will speak kind and gentle words. Okay? Okay? So I want to talk a little bit about that, because this is, see, if we speak mean to our own family members, your own brothers and sisters and relatives and parents, okay, among ourselves, we're stinking up the house where we live with our loved ones. We shouldn't poop in our own house, you know? Right? Sometimes we treat strangers, acquaintances, with more courtesy than our own family members, you know? So, especially I remember when our two boys, maybe from when they were about 6 to 10, around that age, when it's so common for one of them to say, you get something good, like, something to drink. So, you got something good to drink. Then one will say, I got more than you. Okay? Or the older one might say, I could do this, you can't do this. That's not right speech. Okay? You're stinking up the place talking like that. So it reminds me that we made a technique. We had a family rule. I could suggest this. You guys, your families might think about it. See if it works for you. It worked beautifully for us. We said, that's sort of negative speech. NS, we said. Negative speech. And negative speech means when you say something that makes the other person feel bad. Okay? And it's not necessary to do this. So, it's not kind. Okay? So if somebody says something that makes you feel bad, like I got more than you, or you can't do that, I could do this and stuff, the other person says, NS. Okay? And that's all. There's no lecture, there's no, as parents, we just watch what happens. We don't say anything. And that technique worked beautifully with no consequences or contingencies, involved. Just the feedback. We don't realize we're stinking up the place. So, and that's, okay. It's interesting, okay? There's no rewards or punishments involved, just the feedback of, hey, okay? And that was used very appropriately and not taken advantage of. The only time I once heard it a little bit was one time the older one said something and the younger one said NS, and the older one said, that's not NS. And then we had to step in as a parent and say, no, remember, the definition of NS is that when the receiver of the comment feeling is hurt. That's, so if he says it's NS, okay, you have to say, oh, okay. So it really worked good. Okay. And then, just to show you that the fairness of this right speech, as a father, I guess as a father, as a male, when we speak, even though I'm not really upset, my voice sounds kind of stern. And I think a lot of men are like this. When you say something that you want to emphasize, you and it comes out sounding kind of mean, mean voice, okay? We devised the code MT, mean talk. So sometimes when I'm talking and I don't know I'm doing it, but the kids would say, MT, Dad. I go, oh, okay. And I can't call them on it. If they received it like that, I said, I better become more aware myself. Okay. So I wish I could say that I received this lesson from Bodhisattva Mr. Beaver, and I always talk kind and gentle in the house, but pretty rough. Okay. But we got to keep going. Okay, we got to keep going. We never arrive. Okay, we don't become a kind person. We got to become kinder and kinder. We should never feel that we arrived, and that I do right speech. Okay, we always have to keep going. So, NS and MT. Every once in a while we always have to revisit that. Work in progress. Okay. And just like nature. You have to poop all the time. You better poop in the right place. Don't stink up your own house. Okay? When you do, you got to clean it up. Okay? Even cats, they go in the litter box. Okay? Time and place for everything. Okay? And so I just wanted to come. And Mr. Beaver is happy that he was able to come and see everybody. Okay? And so he's going to say, thank you very much.